What's up, Explorers? I'm Jeff from the Cloud Explorers, and welcome back to the Microsoft AI Advent Calendar, the Winter Party Exploration Series. Today is day 12, which means that we're gonna open up box number 12. Bit of drum rolls. Ta-da! For today, we have use your data, and specifically upload files by using your own data in Azure OpenAI service in store. We're going to start off with a little bit of documentation reference. If you want to go ahead and jump in yourself, you can use a very nice quick start available on learn.microsoft.com under Azure OpenAI service documentation. You can have a couple of different methods to choose from. Today we're going to primarily focus on the Studio one. So you're wondering, why would I want to upload your own data? Well, I was wondering the same thing. And the use case I've found so far is it improves the quality of the conversation. It makes it more powerful as I can talk specifically about my files in question, which makes it also very cool. And for this, I want to use something that didn't exist when most of the models were trained, which is the Kia EV9. I actually have here a brochure about Kia EV9 with all kinds of information. So we're gonna use this as our data. Just as a simple example, because this is one of the things I know that didn't exist in the past. And let's go ahead first. Open Azure OpenAI, go to chat. As you can see, I don't have any of my own data. I have the GPT-3.5 Turbo 1106 version selected here. And let's ask it, what is a Kia? EV9, obviously. So, as my last knowledge, there is no publicly available information about... hang on, I will zoom in to make it more readable like this. So it's possible that this is a concept car or a future model, has not been officially announced. So basically, the current model doesn't really know about this model. So let's see if we can teach it by using our own files. And in this case, we'll actually not training the model with regards to teaching, but giving it additional information. And we can do that by clicking here, which is already selected, add data source. There are a couple of options here. We're going to go for upload files. And as you can see, that one is already pre-selected. Before we go ahead, you do need a storage account and an Azure OpenAI an Azure AI search resource is available for you. You can either click here, create a new blob storage, create a new Azure AI search resource. It will guide you to the regular process. But for this, I get you covered. Because in the starter kit for Microsoft AI services that we've been using so far, I've actually already went ahead and created two modules. A storage account and a search service modules. Which are already deployed in my environment. So in case you want to do the same, simply use these. Very, very basic search service and a relatively standard storage account. I also add a container to it, a blob storage container. This is not really necessary right now, but will be in the future, or it's quite handy. And the most special thing here is I'm also adding the course rules to it. And these course rules are a must for Azure OpenAI service to communicate with the storage account, with search, etc. So this is a must. If you would click this through the portal, it will also ask you to enable course. So I went ahead and implemented that as well. So if we move back, let's see, select our search, and we should be able to enter a index name, and the index name is completely up to you. Try to name it something useful. At least that's what I've done so far. Again, not a great expert on this topic, I'm trying to figure out how to fit all of this together. That's why you're here with me on this journey. And this journey is taking on the Azure side extremely long. As I've never seen it be so slow. So we can, there we go. So let's name it Kia EV9. Kia car, Kia EV9. Or we can also add a vector search to this resource. I don't have any embeddings right now, as we haven't covered this topic yet, so I'm leaving that off. Obviously acknowledge that it will incur costs, and the costs here are when you create the services, obviously, but also it will run a crawl, and crawling using Azure AI, Azure AI search adds cost. It's not free, so go ahead. So next one is to actually add files. So let's see, I should have some files around here. I have brochures of our Kia. Okay, drop them here. Good thing to notice here, there is a limitation to what file types that you can use. TXT, MD, HTML, PDF, docx, and PPT. And there's a limit of 16 megabytes of file size. So they're pending. We can upload them. And this is also taking way longer than I expected it to be. So to kind of keep a bit of expectations here, I actually also went ahead and created this upfront in case of such scenario occurs. So in the meantime, it's uploading the files, which is very slow. Can we do something else? Ooh, the whole thing crashed. So let's try again. This is the fun part of playing around with preview services. Not everything goes exactly according to plan. So let's see what we have. Upload files. Select. Let's try again. Storage account, search. There we go. Let's see if it made the index or not. I don't think so. Kia EV9. Let's just make sure we don't have the same index. Let's drop our files again. Upload. See how bad? Yeah, there we go. So they've been uploaded. We can go ahead and click next. Keyword, search type is keyword. We don't have any other search type available because we didn't add a vector search to it. So that's the only option that we have is the keyword one. And if we go back here, there's some prerequisites and some stuff to mention that you can connect an existing index or an Cosmos DB vCore data source. The supported type formats that we talked about are available here. Again, all the links will be down below. The course option to mention, and this is what I want to show. The vector search, you'll need the text embedding ADA 2. And Azure OpenAI on your data supports semantic search for English data only. So keep that in mind. And the keyword search has no additional cost, which is very cool. So let's go ahead. Have a check our storage container, AI resource, AI search resource, storage resource, index name, files. Let's see. And what it does right now, it should kick off an index. And hopefully afterwards we could query it. If not, I have a backup already in place for this, so we can go ahead and use that one instead, maybe instead of waiting. So let's try that. I already have here an index, Kia EV9, the same model as we have here, which one, the one that's still pending. And we can now go ahead and ask it the same question as we did before. Kia EV9. What is a Kia EV9? So let's see, we're gonna get response. Here, there you go. Now, versus the previous answer, it actually knows what it is. It's still processing, as you can see, and it provides me with 3 references of the files we just uploaded. Or actually, yeah, one here, and it's not a pretty one, unfortunately. Because it's quite raw, and another one here, and in the brochure obviously itself as well. We can ask some additional questions about it, like give me an information on the Kia EV GT line, which is part of this brochure. We have the GT line here described, so we can go ahead and see what our results will be. I'm not sure. Yeah, there we go. So GT line offers a range, basically goes into the details of the GT line, where it got the document, where it got the information from. We can also provide some more simple questions, like give me information on available colors. And we should get back, yes, there's single reference, it's available in metal, flare red, ivory, silver, etc., etc. And we can even ask it what its max power is. There we go, 282 kilowatt, rear wheel drive. As you can see now, I'm able, instead of asking generic questions, which the AI can or the service cannot answer, I can now talk specifically about my files. And there are a couple of interesting options here to show you. Those are hidden under advanced settings. Well, first, limit the response to your data content. Enabling this will limit responses specific to this data content. So if I would ask, what is Azure? Request information is not found in the retrieved data. So it's literally checks what is Azure in the crawled information. And I can also apply strictness 125, mega strict to loose, and I can specify the number of documents. I can also remove this limit. As you can see, chat will be cleared. What is Azure? And my expectation was that it can answer what is Azure, but I'm not sure. So let's see what will happen. I'm sorry, I cannot provide a response to this question, as is outside of my domain. If you have a question related to technology, feel free to ask. So this is this part. How I expect it to work is, if I would remove the limit response to data content, I could ask both questions about my data and the regular questions. That doesn't seem to be the case right now. Because the only way for me to answer what is Azure is to completely remove the data source. And then it will start answering those questions. So let me give you an example. Remove, don't continue. So, and now we can ask what is Azure, and I assume we would have Yes, the regular answer to the question. So this part, in my opinion, can be improved on to make it some of a hybrid setup when that checkbox is not enabled. With regards to how to upload your files, that is pretty much it. What I would like to show you is how it ticks in the background quickly. So the storage accounts that we created, what happened when we uploaded the file, it actually created a blob container. And the index, the search, it created an index, Kia EV9. And we can see the documents in this index. We have 8 documents. I think we've done a couple of uploads at the same time. Obviously no vector profiles, no scoring, very out of the box next finish index. And our blob should show our files. Which it doesn't want to. It's always great. Let's see. We don't want to sign up. Blob. Well, we can see number of containers. Blob containers. There we go. This is the one we've done, and this is the one that already existed that I showed you. So we can go ahead here and see the files right now. And the index crawls this blob container, can set up to make it crawl continuously. During the upload option that's not available, so it does just a single crawl as an example, and shows the data as we just saw. So if you want to see more on the Microsoft AI, check out the previous episodes. Subscribe not to miss the next one. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, download the shit out of it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye.